I'm curious. I gotta check. I gotta know today. It looks like the pith took up some sort of infection and it started spreading throughout that wood. We might be able to salvage this.
I'm using the hatchet here just to make sure I can get underneath that layer of potential infection.
Epic time saver right here. This guy is so sharp.
Not only does this remove wood in a hurry, but it makes it plainer.
All right, so huge relief. Let me show you why. With the red handled draw knife, we got after it. We've already got it through the bad area, and now you can start to see some of that natural grain.
Just taking off a little bit more wood here.
Okay, you see this different texture right there? That's called the pith. That marks the center point of the stave if you're looking at it from the cross section. It's not actually always the center, but it will be the concentric center from which all the other rings go out from.
The natural grain of the stave does twist, so I'm being careful to, as I carve away, to keep everything straight.
So we've got it pretty well thinned out. And then if you work your way down the stave, you can see a really nice grain structure appearing. And then it kind of twists where that rod is. You're gonna use the hatchet for the next part?
Now I'm using a hatchet here because it allows you to more easily counter propeller twist than a draw knife. And you can always follow it up with a draw knife and make things nice and pretty.
This is the only time I'm gonna be using a pencil or a ruler or anything. Obviously, if you're in a survival situation, you wouldn't have either of these, but you might have some paracord or something that you could just measure the length in paracord, fold it in half, and then there's your center point. But for me, I've got a ruler handy, so I'm just gonna use that. I'm roughly 72. It's actually 73, so we're gonna do 36.5. Why are we marking the center? Because I like to keep my handles a little thicker if I can. All right, let me show you what we're working with. Man, it doesn't matter what kind of wood I'm working with. I am a sucker for grain structure. Okay, so goal for day 2 is thumbs thickness running all the way up until you reach your handle. We're gonna try to leave a little more girth on where the handle section is, but thumbs thickness all the way up on both limbs, and then you're good for day 2. Like and subscribe to continue with the process. Let's see how far we get tomorrow.